Okay everyone, I'm sitting here with the Centennial, and what I wanted to talk about was this little piece here. Let's see if I can get it out. Bag. This is called a Bakelite, named after the material that it was originally made out of. So this is what one looks like. This is actually a replacement one. And why you would replace this is if you're looking at this featherweight here, and I was to ask you, is there anything wrong with this? I'll shine a light on here just to see if anyone can notice. Oops. Is there anything wrong with this at all? Your answer probably would be no, I don't see anything wrong with it. But if you look at it closely, and I've had a couple machines actually have this happen. Let's turn this over here on its side. And we can look under here. It's actually cracked. So that opening that you're seeing right there, and you can see the terminal plug out here, it's cracked. And you're not going to really be able to see this on the machine until you actually get it home, because it's the black on the black, so it's really actually hard to see that crack in there. Unfortunately, we've had a couple featherweights that we are not able to see before we purchase them, and this has happened. So basically, you'll buy the replacement piece, which runs anywhere between $15 and $30. And what we found, or what Steven's found, and maybe he can explain it better, is about the screws and the plugs on here. Steven?
Yeah.
What about these? Have you noticed?
The original screws are a lot shorter than the reproduction. The replacement screw heads are a lot taller, so it's harder to get them started on the threaded terminal. So when you go to replace them, it requires more space on the threads to get the new ones to engage. So I like to reuse the old ones because they just work better. It doesn't affect the electrical connectivity of any of the stuff. It's easier to assemble.
So that's basically what we do. When we take these off, we'll keep the actual screw components, and that's what we'll replace them with. It's not really the wisest idea, well, not so much the wisest idea, but it's not something that we want to just go in and change these when not needed, because you don't really want to mess with and move around wiring that is, 70, 50 some years old. But in terms of this, obviously I can still plug this machine in, no problem. The thing with it is that this hole is going to lead to dust and other particles eventually getting up in the underside of the machine.
It's also aesthetics.
It is aesthetics, and the other thing is if it would crack more jagged up through the terminal, it could potentially break off more. So
replacing one of them after removing the set screw here, the thing actually fell apart in my hands before I even got it out of the machine. So even though it looks solid and it's just got one chip in it, that doesn't mean there's not a hairline crack through the center of it that could break at any time.
Right. So before we send any of the machines that we do here out to anybody, we check to make sure that this is fully intact, and if it's not, it will be replaced. So this one, we bought the replacement that will go on the Centennial that we are currently working on. So I just wanted to point that out, so that way if you do buy a featherweight, either through a wonderful estate sale or a garage sale or wherever you may come across one, or even on eBay, that when you get it home, you just check out this little mechanism to see if yours needs to be replaced.